It's been one of the most anticipated Grand Departs in recent years. If Stage 1 was all about the sprints, Stage 2 may throw up a few surprises at this Tour de France. A 201-kilometre parcours that's been likened to Liège-Bastogne-Liège, with the tough climbs of Oxenhope, Ripponden and Holm Moss getting much coverage of late. But it's the last 40 kilometres into Sheffield that could see the real damage being done. Local legend Dean Downing of NFTO Pro Cycling has been the route ambassador for the two stages in Yorkshire. And having ridden these roads for many years, there's nobody more qualified to give us the lowdown on the potential stings in the tail for Stage 2.
So we're heading into the last 40k of Stage 2 of the Tour de France, and this is Mid-Hope Stones climb. Doesn't look very much at the minute, not necessarily steep, but when we get around this next corner, it steepens to probably 15%, and it gets a little bit twisty. So this is where the riders are going to start feeling it. So as you can see, quite near the top of Mid-Hope Stones climb now, and this is probably the steepest part of the climb. They're only 2k long, not very long but pretty steep. So there we go. We crested the top of the climb, and this is the little descent, which is not very long, about 50 metres, and then it all kicks off again. So we've come over the uncategorised climbs of the Strines. We've had a sharp descent and a sharp left-hander through Bradfield, which will be quite key with gear choice for the riders. The climb onto High Bradfield now is a little bit shallow in the first part, but it continues up for possibly 1.5 kilometres. It's got some beautiful views at the top, but the riders won't see that. They'll be going hard to get over this climb. It's quite a narrow road, so it's going to be quite important that they get the positioning right. Because over the top of here, we're here over the top. It's a fast descent and a twisty descent into Outer Bridge. So we're inside the last 20k now. We've just come down another fast, twisty descent on the outskirts of Outer Bridge, and this is what now called the it's a steep one. The locals call this the jawbone, and it's a steep climb, ramping up to 15% in places. The riders are going to have just over 180k in their legs, and obviously the first stage as well. And these steep parts is where I see it splitting. There may be a breakaway group away, but some of the tired riders are going to struggle on this one. So we've come over Outer Bridge, the jawbone climb, and it's approximately 10k to the next big sting in the tail, Jenkin Road. So we're 195k into the stage, approximately 5k from the finish, and here it is, Jenkin Road, the sting in the tail. As an average gradient, it's given 10% on the road book, but as you can see, it's definitely not 10%. Some of the teams I know haven't reconned this stage finish, but it's pretty steep. It's not very technical, it's straight up, and this bit we're coming up to now is approximately around about 30%, and I've got no gears left. I'm going to shut up for a little bit now. Whew. There you have it, the last 40k. It's certainly not flat, and it's definitely not your normal run-of-the-mill Grand Depart Tour de France stage. Who's going to win? We're definitely going to have a new name in yellow. It's going to be very exciting.